All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is Wednesday, Worldwide Wednesday, I might add, February 26, 2025. This is episode 822 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I am your host, two thumbs, all smiles, this guy, Dr. Gerald Auger. And over the next hour, me, you, Augusta Delgado, Phil Stafford, folks over in Australia, Chris Whitlock of Study GRC, my man Nerman Mondovilia, AA Witherspoon getting up early, Mara Levy, Space Tacos, Dragos in Romania, who's going to be representing in just a few minutes, this hot cup of coffee, and two cyber chicks back for a new season. We are all going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day. Hey, Abdullah Niazi and Nick Vidal, Sedanam Adzowu. Hopefully I got that right. We're all going to shred the top cybersecurity news stories of the day. And I'll be giving my expert opinion and analysis on each of those stories on what it means to you as a practitioner. So how can you use this information to drive cyber risk reduction for your business stakeholders? Or if you are looking to break into the industry, there's going to be value for you here, because in any single job interview, whether you're interviewing for senior cybersecurity architect or you're interviewing for junior auditor, you're going to be asked in any single cybersecurity job interview, how do you stay current on the industry? Right here is a banger of an answer. Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief. Why? Because we do it every day. And I'm telling you, the reason that you get asked that question is not to be like a gotcha. It's literally because for us to do our job effectively, we need to stay current. Threat intelligence is valuable, both the kind you feed into a SIM and you do orchestration, as well as the practitioner operating the levers, if you will. Also want to say, if you are a solo operator, I know we got a couple in here. I feel like Augusta Delgado is one. Stones fans definitely one. Say what's up, hashtag Team Solo. We are your virtual coworkers, I promise you. Now, as I get my sandals on here, my slides, listen, I don't prep a research.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
For any of these episodes, okay, including episode 822, because I'm bringing you the authentic, real business. And that's what's up. I also want to say shout out to DJ Bisek behind the glass. DJ Bisek behind the glass is up in here. Guys, it's all good. But before we get into it, reminder, I'm super excited. Two Cyber Chicks is dropping brand new season starting today at 9:30 a.m. on Simply Cyber. We're going to be ushering in Erica and Jax's newest episode. I got the shirt on to represent Propa. Guys, it's going to be all about good times. Now, before we get into it, we got to pay the bills. We got to say thank you to the stream sponsors, those who enable us to bring this show to you every single morning and be able to level it up. Starting with Threat Locker. We'll do Threat Locker, delete Flare, Antisyphon. So get your coffee, get ready, and let's do some ads real quick. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, Threat Locker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with Threat Locker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust Threat Locker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. Threat Locker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how Threat Locker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit Threat Locker. What's up, Simply Cyber? You know what keeps CISOs up at night? The unknown. Those exposed assets and leaked creds floating around the dark web that you don't even know about? Well, that's where Flare steps in. Think of Flare as your organization's amazing threat hunting capability, continuously scanning both clear and dark web for exposed enterprise assets, leaked secrets, and even compromised credentials being sold in private channels. Their cutting-edge platform, powered by transparent, generative AI, prioritizes real threats so your team can take immediate action. Stop playing catch-up with threat actors. Get ahead with Flare's threat exposure management capability. Don't take my word for it. Visit try.flare.io/simplycyber and try it for yourself. Do you want cutting-edge, high-quality cybersecurity education regardless of financial position? check this out. I want to give some love and some praise to Antisyphon Training, powered by Black Hills Information Security. Antisyphon Training is absolutely disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone, regardless of financial position. They bring industry professionals with years and years of experience into the classroom to teach you and anyone else who's interested practical skills that are in demand in the market today. And on top of that, the student experience is amazing, as you and hundreds or thousands in some instances of other students are actively engaging, networking, sharing tips, tricks, and experiences with each other, all live in the classroom. Go to antisyphontraining.com, check out their course calendar to see what courses they have coming up next. You won't regret it. All right, boom, baby, boom. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so check it out. Thank you to the stream sponsors. Also want to say shout out and love to Barricade Cyber Solutions. Guys, Barricade Cyber Solutions, you know them, I know them. Eric Taylor, the crew over there, they are dedicated to helping businesses from cyber attacks and recover from the damage done. Now, cyber attacks can cause massive issues for businesses and send dedicated, hardworking business owners into turmoil. But you know who knows how to handle threat actor operations and get them out of your environment? Barricade Cyber. You can see their well-established recovery process of assessing the situation, helping you negotiate the extortion, sometimes reducing the payment or straight up getting you your data back, very limited cases. Doing the ransom settlement, do you know how to move Bitcoin around? Eric Taylor and the crew do. And then getting that decryption key and getting you back to a known good state. Don't go it alone. BarricadeCyber.com can help you in these tough times if you get punched in the mouth. Now, it is Wednesday, so we got Worldwide Wednesday coming up in 1 second. I do want to address one thing I saw in chat during the ad rolls. Two things I want to address. Number one, chat, if you would, please welcome Brandon Hall. We got a first-timer in chat. Brandon Hall says Nick sent him his way. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party, pal. Nick, great to have you. Number two, I saw in chat, Carrie mentioned CompTIA needs you to register for this. Every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief is worth half a CPE because I am a qualified instructor. This is an instructor-led webinar. It just doesn't look like one because it doesn't suck. And we say half a CPE because it's an hour-long show, but we do some fun stuff a little bit. So we say 30 minutes is a very, very reasonable estimate as to what we're doing here. So if CompTIA or any of them require you to register, I do want to work with the team to set something up. We could automate it where you basically sign up for like a newsletter or something, and every day we fire off a link to the show. I think, I don't know, we'll have to figure it out, but basically we can do this, and then you can just download your own CPE certificate. We're not going to overcomplicate this thing, but we do want people to get their CPEs. All right. Well, here you go. I'm actually getting confirmation now that CompTIA has accepted this course in some capacities. People have submitted and gotten credit for this thing. So, you know, I guess your mileage may vary. We'll have to see. I'm not opposed to setting up something if it's lightweight and easy and doesn't cost a lot of money. Like, just, you know, I mean, not to get into the business of things, but like the newsletter platform that we use to send the newsletter every Monday costs $1,800 a year. So like, I want to enable everybody to do the things they need to do, but I do want to be reasonable about it. All right, guys, I got great news for you. Great news for you. Nick, Brandon, Carrie, in Australia, every single day of the week has a special segment, and Wednesdays is Worldwide Wednesday, where we basically see if we can go around the world. Oh, James McQuiggan. I'm sorry. Jesus. James McQuiggan. James McQuiggan with the super chat, ladies and gentlemen. James McQuiggan, back home from Ireland in the UK. What a busy 3 weeks it's been. And it all started back in Denver at Wild West Hackin' Fest. Home for a few weeks to recharge and chat with all of you. James McQuiggan, compliments and coffee cup cheers to you, sir. Also got a super chat coming in here from Mono Julian. Mono Julian, it's been a minute. I hope you're feeling good, dude. Good day, everyone. Learn ServiceNow CSA implementation plus C-Risk and all the framework. You will be golden depending on personality. Thank you, Mono Julian, for the tip, the suggestion. And yeah, I do love myself some some GRC tooling and frameworking. But all right, guys, do me a favor. We're going to set the timer for 2 minutes, and I'm going to ask you where you are, and we're going to light the map up. We do this every day. I got a comment in chat. That said, like, basically we screw around here. Yeah, we have some fun. Work doesn't have to suck, okay? We can have some fun and mix it in with our work. So let's go around the world right now, and then we'll get into the hot news, all right? Set the timer for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. All right, everybody. Where are you at? Tell me where are you at? Who's the first one in chat? Abdullah Niazi's in Afghanistan. Hold on. I need the country names on. I need the cheat codes. Afghanistan. Boom, baby. Senfilus is in Poland. Europe's online. Middle East is online. Philly. Glory's in Philly, bringing the U.S. online. City of Brotherly Shove. Am I right? The tush push. Toronto, Canada's in the hizzy. Niagara Falls also up in here. San Francisco. Thanks, Phil Stafford, for getting up early. The UP. I see you, Tucson, Arizona. Romania, Dragos, you know it. Where's Romania? Boom. Kyle's in here. Texas, Denver, Colorado. Love myself some Denver. The UK, Ellen Crowder bringing it online. Berg is in Dirty Jersey. Gia Ball's in Georgia. Simply Curly, also in Jersey. Mississippi up in here. As Cole, Richard Vincent's in Detroit. Chile, Rolanda Moda bringing South America online. Let's go. Ethiopia, Medine G, always bringing Africa online, guys. We're looking pretty good. Australia's still kind of looking for you, Australia. Houston, Texas. All right, we see Ghana. Richard Duff, Australia. Richard Duff, Australia. Yes, sir. We are around the world. Can we get a flex here? Can we get a flex on Angola? Where's Angola? I'm going to need help in Angola. I don't even know what continent Angola's on. Palm Beach, Western Australia, Glum Hippo, Bangladesh. Bangladesh is always up in here. Angola is in Africa. Oh, Bangladesh is online. Angola, looking for Angola. All right, what else we got? Dream Logic's in the Philippines. Yes, sir. We are going Haiti today. I love it. We got 2 Australias. Thank you, Australia, for showing up. Cyber Ghost is in Puerto Rico. We got Virginia in the house. Guys, Israel, we got FedEx pointing out Israel. We got more Middle East. All right, Israel's tiny. There we go. Holy crap, y'all. We got Angola. Big Angola's in the house. Guys, I do want to say coffee cup cheers to all of you. Mono Julian's in Haiti. Let's get Haiti on the map. He did say it. Boom. Guys, I got to tell you, thank you so very much. It's been a few weeks since we got Worldwide Wednesday. North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, Middle East, and Australia. Woo, baby, we are cruising. And this is the reason we do this is because I just want to show you how amazing, how awesome, and how international this community is. Guys, it takes a village. It's not just some white male in America, right, kind of representing cybersecurity. We are diverse, we are international, and I'd like to think we're pretty cool. So do me a favor, everybody. It's time to get to work. Sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over all of us in an awesome wave. I'll see you guys at the mid-roll. Let's go.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Wednesday, February 26, 2025. I'm Rich Straffolino. U.S. employee screening firm confirms breach. DISA Global Solutions provides employment screenings and background checks to a third of the Fortune 500. This week, it submitted a filing with Maine's Attorney General confirming it detected a cyber incident on April 22, 2024. After investigation, it was found the illicit network access began back on February 9th. In a filing with the Massachusetts Attorney General, it was confirmed that attackers obtained social security numbers, credit cards, and other financial information, as well as scanned ID documents from some screened individuals. The filing also states that DISA could not definitively conclude the specific data procured, so it can't name specific victims. No word on who orchestrated the attack or why it waited almost a year to disclose it.
All right, there's a bunch going on here. Okay, so first of all, again, I don't research or prep for these courses. I don't research or prep for the show. So when I saw this pop up and it said DISA, okay, I want to just let everybody know, because I worked in federal government for a while, right? DISA Global Solutions is the company that got hit, but oh my gosh, bro. DISA is also the Defense Information Systems Agency. So don't get those two confused, because I immediately was like, oh yeah, DISA for, basically the government, and they got hit. So like, what's the big deal? Because the OPM got hit a couple years ago and lost everything. So this is not this group. Okay. So first of all, by the way, DISA is cybersecurity related. They're the ones who developed the infamous gold disk, or at least we're pushing down gold disk. Also STIGs, from DISA. Anyways, so the company that got hit is actually this gnarly big background screening company. Can you imagine, like, literally, of all the companies to hit, like OPM, obviously, Office of Personnel Management, would be a juicy one. But this company, you want to talk about sensitive PII? Like, they have the keys to the kingdom. Now, I want to point out a couple things here. Number one, this company, all they do is background screening. Background screening can go through multiple levels of depth, right? So if you're hiring someone for like Uber Eats, maybe you just want to make sure that they don't have like like a poor driving record, right? Or you want to make sure that they're not like an active drug user or something. I don't know, right? But then say you're going to hire someone to be like president of, your Fortune, 10 company. Well, then maybe you want to look into their criminal history, their financial history, their relationship history, their drug history, right? Like you can go on and on and on and on. So there's different levels of depth. So all of the people that this company isn't screening, they don't have all the same types of data. Okay. So I just want to make that clear. Secondly, every company has to have some residual risk. So shout out to the GRC Mafia who's up in here twice nightly. What's up from Eastern PA? I'm going to say what's up to the GRC Mafia. You do have to accept some residual risk, but dude, for a company that like all you do is collect wicked sensitive information, you have to protect it at a very high level. Now it says 3 million people. My suspicion is that they actually have millions, like maybe like hundreds of millions of people's data, at least tens of millions of people's data. So this, I would consider this like a, not all of their data, right? So like some suffering. Now, what can happen here? This is one of those ones where you and I are the victim. Me, Justin Gold, Jay Crypto, Cyber Satyr, Tech Grunt. We're the victims here because it's our history. It's our background, where we lived, mental health issues, if, that's like part of the scope too. Like poor decisions you made. This is all out in the wind now, and I don't know who got it, so I don't know if this is like nation state China espionage campaigns or if this is just threat actors scooping up juicy data in order to sell it. But at the end of the day, the real impact here is you and I getting targeted or like our identity stolen, right? Especially with like AI and deep fakes and all this other stuff. That information could be used. And if someone knows your secrets, right, you can be extorted by that. So I just want to point this out really quickly. Think about this for a second, okay? Because to me, it's perverse, all right, which is gross. A company is going to hire you, okay? Company's going to hire you, and they pay this company to do a background screening on you. They pay the company $1,000. It doesn't matter. Company does a background screen. You come back, and you're good to go. Well, the company hires you, and then you work there for 6 months, a year, whatever. Then this data breach happens. The company that hired you, they don't give a crap. It's so transactional for them. Who cares? A guy that works for you, a lady that works for you, had their data stolen. You still work there. Like, the business still got what they wanted from the transaction. They vetted you to see if you are a safe bet to work at their organization. So DISA, this company right here, what's the real impact? Right? So if I'm going to go get a job at Palo Alto, say I start at Palo Alto on Monday, right? And they do a background screen on me. if this happens, dude, there's no reason for Palo Alto to switch background screening companies because there's no impact to the friggin' client. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, let's say DISA is running a special. They just had this cyber incident. Do you think that the company like Palo Alto or whoever is like, ooh, I'd really like to use you, but you did just suffer that data breach. I don't think we're going to use you. No. They're like, oh, you run a good deal. Who cares? Let's go. And by the way, if you are going to go take a job at Palo Alto, for example, you don't get to choose what company Palo Alto decides to use for their background screenings. All you can choose is to refuse the background screen, which I guarantee you is an express ticket to the not getting hired line. You know what I mean? 10 items or less. And then right next to it is the not get hired line. And that's what happens if you refuse a background screen. You see what I'm saying? So anyways, this is one of those companies where like, yes, this sucks for me and you, but this isn't going to change anything. Now, the final thing I want to say is it took them a year to conduct the investigation. This came out, it sounds like, because of Massachusetts Attorney General requiring this to be done. So a win for privacy legislation in the United States. But again, be prepared for your identity theft protection from DISA coming anytime soon.
Swedish law enforcement seeking messaging app backdoors. Swedish news outlet SVT Nyheter reported that law enforcement and security agencies
What's up, Crooklyn? Hashtag Team Live.
In the country are pushing legislation requiring encrypted messaging apps to create technical backdoors in their infrastructure. The agencies would need to get the proposed bill before relevant committees before it could be taken up by Sweden's parliament next year. Minister of Justice Gunnar Stromer came out in favor of the backdoors for these apps, but the Swedish Armed Forces opposes the bill as they regularly use things like Signal. Signal Foundation President Meredith Whitaker said Signal would leave the market if such a bill passed.
Regulators, mount up.
All right. So welcome to Dystopia. 1984 is online too. Okay, so we saw in the news yesterday that Apple's put a backdoor in for Australia. I believe the US has got one. Swedish authorities looking to backdoor messaging apps. Okay. So, yes, the argument is that criminals are using these technologies in order to conduct crime, and law enforcement wants to be able to tap into it, for lack of a better term. The problem, of course, here is the abuse of power and the ability to tap into non-criminal people. And how do you manage that? And then how do you how do you spin a narrative that, this person, right? This non-criminal is somehow an enemy of the state, and then they need to be tapped, and then, basically everything goes tumbling downhill. So, we'll see what happens. Signal, as far as I'm concerned, Signal is still considered a secure end-to-end encrypted messaging app. So if you're looking for true security, Signal. Another thing I want to point out is that Signal, definitely, I don't want to say flexes. I don't even understand how Signal makes money. Frankly, I'm sure there's a way that Signal makes money, but Signal's like, we'll leave your market. Like, piss off, man. Like, we'll see ya. Like, what's a good, like, I don't know.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Like, Signal's like, go ahead. Like, pull my card. We'll pull out. No big deal. Now, I will say, if Signal moves out of the market in Sweden and all Swedish apps are backdoored, then you still have the same problem if you're a citizen and you're concerned about your privacy around that. But this will be the age-old argument between basically security and privacy, right? So it's kind of funny because security and privacy are always kind of like treated together, and there's like the overlay in the Venn diagram of confidentiality. But also security and privacy are kind of opposites, because if you have complete security, essentially like you give access to everything and you empower some law enforcement justice group to be able to see everything, then sure, there will be no crime. I mean, almost like Minority Report, which is fictitious, where they could see the future. But I mean, play it forward. Imagine a law enforcement agency that could see everything, everything, could see where you are, could see what you're doing, could see what you're thinking. You could scoop up all the crime. You could walk down the street at night feeling safe because crime would be stopped. But at the same time, if you do anything that is considered not kosher with whoever's in charge, that could be seen as crime, or, you know, scooped up or whatever, or what do they call it? Like quell, revolution. Go look at any of these things. Hunger Games, 1984, just choose your own adventure as far as like dystopian future where the premise of the movie is some kind of upstart, plucky group of renegades unseat the overwhelming individual in control and power, right? It's all, basically that. So again, this is less of a cyber story, more of a, Star Wars. There we go. Star Wars would be a good one. So we'll see what's up. Anyway, Sweden, you're on the board.
Dems warned of exposed entry points on government systems. Democrats on the House Oversight Committee sent a letter to President Trump warning that the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, has left multiple government agencies vulnerable to cyber attacks by foreign agents and malicious actors, with no transparency on which department officials have access. The letter points to publicly exposed systems with the Treasury's Secure Payment System, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, and several national laboratories, including ones that manage U.S. nuclear stockpiles. The letter asks where new technology was deployed, what data has been exported by DOGE staff to third-party servers, and information on cyber incidents under the new administration.
Okay. Hey, really quick, if today's your first episode, like Brandon Hall, please drop a hashtag first timer in chat. We do love welcoming our first timers. So if you're a first timer, drop a hashtag first timer. Now, if you're a first timer or a long timer, you'll know that we tend to not talk about politics on the show. I mean, obviously, in our industry, we do interface with government and regulations and some political stuff. But so let's just kind of address this one. So DOGE has been going into different government systems and, taking a chainsaw, if you will. Elon Musk did a whole like little skit where he like had an active chainsaw and he was talking about going after, government agencies with a chainsaw. So again, I'm not being hyperbolic. That literally happened. So DOGE looked at Department of Treasury. DOGE has been up in IRS. DOGE has been in some other systems. Now, again, as far as everything goes, I was actually recently interviewed. Hold on. IT Brew? Is this a... I was recently interviewed. Am I in here? Computer. Hold on 1 second. I like literally, I was just in this... here we go. I don't know if you guys know this. Like, I didn't tell anyone about this. Gerald Auger. I was just interviewed. GRC Mafia. Again, yeah, see, just the other day. Again, I apologize. I always have so much going on that I like forget to tell people about stuff I do. But if you're interested, here's an article for a news outlet that I got interviewed for recently. But here's my deal. I worked in federal IT for a number of years. I was an auditor. I was a risk assessor. I was an information security manager. The deal is, if you have proper permissions and authorizations and all the things, and you've been screened and you have a need to know, if everything, there's processes and workflows. Going in and auditing systems is not a problem. Now, if you're not cleared, if you don't have permissions, if you're over permissioned, if you're in systems that you shouldn't because you don't have a need to know, that's a problem. Okay. Those just going in and doing auditing. Okay. That's not a problem. Now, if they're going in and changing configurations, that's a problem. They should be auditing, not with read-only access. And leaving public exposed entry points, that's a problem. So here's what I would say. This is a bit of a hot take, okay? So tinfoil hat, if you will. So, hey, first timers, tinfoil hat. There's an emote of me wearing a tinfoil hat. This is where I say something that's just like a hot take. Okay. Here's my problem with this one. Even if Doge is going in during their audits and misconfiguring systems so they're more vulnerable to internet-facing attacks, that's not a problem. But hear me out, y'all. The people who work at these environments, they have the permissions. They are the engineers. They can they should be able to see that the configuration has been modified, and they should be able to change the configuration back to a known good state or secure state. We have emergency change configuration processes. We have change control processes in general, right? Like, just because Doge is leaving systems publicly exposed, that doesn't mean that it's forever. Doge isn't like, soul casting and changing network configs into stone, right? And I know that's a little bit of a Stormlight Archives specific reference, but my point is, these publicly exposed systems can be configured appropriately, and they should be, just like they were before. So either they were misconfigured before, and Doge is nothing other than a way to make this story pop in the news. 2, Doge is modifying the configuration, which is not okay, but the engineers have the ability to change the configuration back, so they should. Okay, so I don't see what the problem is. Like, to me, this seems like it's intentionally salacious. The third thing I would say is, listen, if you are working in an environment that, I don't care if it's Doge in a federal system or if it is you're a private sector company and you have like an auditor come in, the 2 Bobs from Office Space, whatever. Here's the deal. You should constantly be looking at your attack surface, internet facing for sure, and being mindful if there is a change in configuration that is an issue. Use a tool like a vulnerability scanner. Use a tool like Shodan Monitor to see if configurations change, right? It could be Carl, junior engineer Carl, coming in on a Friday trying to, do really good work and accidentally upgrades the network switch, and the switch changes back to a default configuration because it was a major version upgrade or whatever, and it wipes out the ACLs. Whatever it is, this crap happens. You shouldn't, dude, information security is not a set it and forget it. You don't put the controls in place and be like, my work here is done, I'm just going to go collect a paycheck. We are not Unix administrators who have automated our job with Python and Bash, right? We're cyber pros. And that was a bit of a dig on Unix administrators. But it's true. Like, they literally can automate everything. So this is what I'm saying. Shodan Monitor, make sure you're constantly evaluating your attack surface because things crop up, things get changed, whatever. Okay, so that's the TLDR for this story. Let's keep going.
Linux backdoor.
Actually, hold on, because let me just really quickly okay, hold on. I thought Mod Chat was talking about this story. Mod Chat's talking about the DISA story still, so hold on. Let me see.
Used in the wild. Researchers at Palo Alto Network's Unit 42 discovered an undocumented Linux backdoor called AutoColor used by threat actors against government and university targets in North America and Asia from November to December 2024. Researchers don't know the initial attack vector. If it runs with root privileges, it installs a malicious library implant, copies itself to the system directory, and modifies files to ensure that it executes before any other system libraries. Even without root access, the malware can still provide remote access to threat actors, but lacks persistence. Once running, it uses a custom encryption algorithm to talk to C2 servers.
All right, couple things, and 100% agree with Real Bilbo. Yeah, like, he was an auditor. I was an auditor for a number of years. Dude, you don't make changes if you're an auditor. Like, it doesn't even, it's not even a thing. Like, why would you would be an idiot if you were like, hey, is this control in place? And they're like, no. And then you're like, well, here, move, let me put it in place. I will say really quickly, I have asked if a control was in place before and it was not in place. And the administrator right then changed it to be in place so they could pass the control. I'm not suggesting you do that. That's not a great best practice, but that's what they did, but that's on them. Okay, here we go. First of all, love this art. I love this art. Now, Palo Alto, Unit 42, we've got a guy on the inside. Listen, they've discovered, by the way, I love Unit 42. If you guys have heard me in the past talk about it, I think Unit 42 is one of the great threat intel groups out there. IBM, I think it's X-Force is another good one. Google Tag, obviously, and Google Project Zero, obviously. But Unit 42 is a dope one. Andrea with a super chat. Love these morning sessions. Thank you at Jerry. Andrea, coffee cup cheers to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Very kind of you. And glad to have you here. So that it's targeting North American governments and universities. Now, just so we're all on the same page, number one, Linux can get malware. The reason you don't see it often is because Windows occupies like 90% of all computers in the world, like in corporate America or in the corporate space. So there's more,
Straight cash, homie.
if you're a threat actor and you're going to spend, 30 hours building a malware piece, you want it to have some versatility. You want it to have some legs, right? So you want to target a larger attack surface. Linux, it exists though. Now, Unit 42 found this one, targeting universities and governments with a backdoor. If I had to guess, the focus of this particular malware campaign is espionage. Okay. Just on the surface, I would immediately sniff. I'd be like, smells like China. Okay. And I'm not xenophobic. I'm just saying China has a long, rich, documented history of targeting universities for espionage purposes to get intellectual property, active research, etc. So when you see this type of attack, very sophisticated, targeting universities and governments, I would be interested in which government organizations. I'd be interested to see if it's more think tank organizations like NIST and individuals like that. Let's see, highly evasive, difficult to remove. So it's a sophisticated piece of malware, not written by a script kid. Let's see, what else can we get in here? We don't know the initial infection vector. If I had to guess, it's a phishing email promoting that you're going to, they want you to speak at a conference or they want you to collaborate on a research project. Guys, if you've ever worked in higher ed or universities, you're going to feel me. Higher ed end users, not me and you practitioners, higher ed end users, they love collaboration. They love getting into a big bullpen with a lot of other researchers and sharing all the data. Okay. I have a PhD and I did a dissertation. If I think back, like you desperately want to collaborate with other people because you're like thinking and you're trying to develop, intelligence and new knowledge and stuff like that. So like, why not benefit doing the research together? But anyways, that turns into a hot mess express because not only are you sharing all your data with everybody, but also you're very inclined to be like, click, 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 click. Oh, here's someone who's, interested in the research I'm doing. Click, 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 click. Right? Yeah, so I'm dunking on higher ed as well. Like I am the Carl in higher ed, okay? Also, by the way, just as a quick aside, it's super easy to do OSINT on higher ed people. It's not even that hard. Researchers, like we have an incentive to get published, right? Like I won't get into whole tenure track and higher ed and all this other crap. Just believe me when I tell you, researchers and professors and university faculty are highly incentivized, straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie.
To publish research. So if I want to, dude, here's the thing. If I want to get information on like a new technology or a new research area in medicine or in, cyber or whatever, all I have to do is go to Google Scholar, right? Scholar.google.com. Watch this. I'm just going to do this in real time. Again, I didn't prep for this, right? Whatever. Healthcare, X-ray, research, research. I don't know. I'm guessing here. Okay. Look at this. Healthcare X-ray research. This is from 2020. Let's go ahead and make it 2024. Oh, wait, hold on. You guys can't even see this. Look at this. Google Scholar since 2024. Let's go right here. We got this guy, 2024 ResearchGate. Let's look at the PDF. Doink, doink, doink. Yes, I'm a real human. Yes, of course I am. And look at right here. Boink. Here's the email address of this individual, right? So if this is what I'm trying to break into and do whatever, all I have to do is email this person with a phishing email that says, hey, I read your paper on comprehensive survey of machine learning in healthcare. I work at Makeup a University and I'm doing similar research. I'd love to collaborate with you. Click here.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Like, that's what's happening. So we don't know what the initial attack vector is, but that's what's up. Okay. Anyways, advanced research, go threat hunting in your environment for this infection. Sounds like it's really tough. Obviously, you can see C2 traffic beaconing out of your environment. So keep an eye on that. Let's go.
And now, thanks to today's episode sponsor, Conveyor. Ever wish you had a teammate that could handle the most annoying parts of customer security reviews? You know, chasing down SMEs for answers, updating systems, coordinating across teams, all the grunt work nobody wants to do. Plus, having to finish the dang questionnaire itself. Well, that teammate exists. Conveyor just launched Sue, the first AI agent for customer trust. Sue really is the dream teammate. She never misses a deadline, answers every customer request from sales, completes every questionnaire, and knocks out all the coordination in between. Sue, Conveyor's AI agent, handles it all, so you don't have to. Learn more at conveyor.com. That's CONVEYOR.com.
All right, really quickly. All right, hey, holla, holla, holla. All right, hey, guys, I gotta say, shout out to all you. Thank you to the stream sponsors. Barricade Cyber, Delete Me, Flare, Antisyphon, Threat Locker, guys, love it. It was Worldwide Wednesday, so we already did the mid-roll activity. But I just want to say thank you so very much for being here and supporting. And I guess, yeah, I don't know. I mean, really, I saw Roswell UK's comment about the PhD. I asked Mod Chat, I hope I don't, drop the PhD thing. I feel like I don't, but if I am, let me know. I mean, that's super, cringy, right? I'm not trying to do that. I literally brought it up because the story was about higher ed and researchers. But anyways, all right, guys, let's go really quick and jump to the la-la-la-las. And we'll ask Alpha Sierra to lead us off. Here we go. We're speed running this song. What's up, 8-Bit Oni? Good to see you. Rex, how does a mermaid wash her clothes? She uses Tide. Here we go. Get your la-la-la-las on. Oh, so good. I want everybody to know, also, we're in day 3 of the coffee experiment. Today is binary blend roast. It's a medium roast. I won't be drinking it again. Let's get back to the news.
LightSpy learns new tricks. LightSpy is a modular spyware suite first seen in use in Hong Kong back in 2020. Researchers have previously seen active development on LightSpy. Threat Fabric documented that it expanded plugin support last year and added new destructive capabilities on mobile. Now, researchers at Hunt.io have found signs of increasing sophistication with how LightSpy interacts with C2 servers, now offering over 100 commands. These new commands expand beyond direct data transfers and allow for version tracking and transmission management. The new commands also add the ability to target Facebook and Instagram apps on Android for database extraction.
Hold on. What is this? This seems insane. Lightspy is the name given to a modular spyware capable of infecting Windows and Apple. Okay. Users in Hong Kong, Wi-Fi network information screenshots. A very feature-rich malware. Let's see. You don't typically see malware this. What's up, Kathy Chambers? Ladies and gentlemen, Kathy Chambers has entered the chat. Good morning to her. Dude. So here's the thing with malware. Okay, let me just point this out really quickly. With malware, typically what you'll see is you'll see it modular in the sense that it can pull down additional payloads and get additional commands to do things. So like think of like an initial dropper, like Emotet or something like that, that kind of like gets an infection, punches a hole in the side, and then it reaches out and pulls down additional malware like TrickBot or Ryuk ransomware back in the day. This is how kind of modular stuff work. And sometimes there'll be like additional features and functionality, like take screenshot or send file, right? Through C2. At least in my experience, you don't often. Hey, Real Bilbo with the super chat. Jerry, you're very based. Keep being Dr. Gerald Auger. Okay, thank you, Real Bilbo. I think based is a good thing. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. Yes, sir. Thank you, Real Bilbo. Also, by the way, Real Bilbo, met him and hung out, high fives and such at Zero Trust World. Great experience. So to see a piece of software like this that is like so feature rich and modular in its capabilities is interesting and uncommon to me. Let's see. Hunt.io's analysis of the C2 infrastructure. 100 commands spanning all these different operating systems, Linux, Windows. Dude, this is wild. Let's see. Among the new commands is the ability to target Facebook and Instagram database files for data extraction from Android devices. Okay. So I guess this thing's all over the place. The question really is, how does it get on your machine? How does it get on your machine, and how do you, like, I hate when they do this. This picture, like, again, welcome to my world. This picture is a screenshot. It's clearly, it's a JSON file. It looks like compromised data or something like that, but there's no caption. Dude, I hate photos that don't have captions. So this is a sophisticated piece of software that runs on your box. The question is, number one, when you see something like this, or when I see something like this, the first thing I see is, how does it get on your machine? Because, like, dude, if it can attack Android, Linux, routers, right? Like that's kind of a wild attack capability, right? Usually it's specific to certain operating systems. So that's number one, is how do you get infected? Number two, how do you detect infection? Are there indicators of compromise? Is the C2 infrastructure pulled down? How can you know if you've actually removed it, right? Here we go. So they talk about, see, I hate this, dude. They talk about this app right here. These predatory loan apps in India that we talked about recently, where the threat actors over permission, they get all your sensitive data, they loan you money, and then they extort and blackmail and harass you to pay the money back. That's what this is. But dude, you don't need a sophisticated piece of malware that can run on every operating system in order to do predatory lending. Like, people will just install it because they're desperate. So I don't know. Like, this story's all over the place, man. This story's all over the place. I don't like this story particularly. This story talks about, like, oh, this thing is like, the God mode of malware. Like, it can do all the malware things and it can run on every operating system. And then the story spends like half of its story talking about predatory lending apps, which you don't need sophisticated malware to do. You can literally just write a legit lending app and over permission it and then extort people, which is not, I mean, I wouldn't endorse that. I'm not condoning that. I'm just saying, like, you don't need to be next level hacksaw who does C2 infrastructure. Like, literally, it's not a C2 infrastructure if it's just your infrastructure. I don't like this story. The story's all over the place. What is, come on, play, computer. Uh-oh.
Large-scale legacy driver exploitation campaign discovered. A new report from Checkpoint Research documented this campaign using over 2,500 variants of the vulnerable TrueSight.sys driver, part of a product suite from the cybersecurity firm Adlice. Attackers use the driver to exploit an exception with the Windows driver signing policy and get it to load. Attackers generally use phishing lures to get them on machines, where they install EDR killing modules and prepare for a second stage payload using a variant of GhostRat. 75% of victims in the campaign were located in China, with Chinese public clouds used for the C2 infrastructure. After reporting the issue, Microsoft updated its vulnerable driver block list to remove the exception.
All right, this is a deep, this is a very deep technical attack. Okay, so what are they doing here? So first of all, does it say who's doing this? Like the threat actor? All right. It doesn't look like it says who's doing it. Let's check the source on this one. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this AI picture. Jeepers creepers. Is oh my god, Cat GPT in chat. Remember, he used to show up all the time. Anyways, I'm trying to figure out who the threat actor is. 75% of the victims are in China. The other 25% are Taiwan and Singapore. So definitely Asian focused or Asia or Pacific Rim focused threat actors. So if you're operating in that space, Dream Logic, Divine Dream Divine, etc., be aware of that. So here's what's happening. EDR, endpoint detection and response, is basically, detecting when bad's happening on your box. If you can bypass it, that's not good for defenders. And to deploy a hidden ghost rat, get rid of ignore the hidden ghost part. It could, that's a variable name. Rat is remote access tool, so they can come and go on their box. This is a persistence mechanism on the box. Okay. So bypass EDR, install a persistence mechanism, and then you can go buck wild. How are they doing it? They are doing a bring your own driver type attack. This TrueSight.sys driver looks like it's a driver that comes with something called the Adlice product suite. So this would get installed if you've installed or have this running on your box. And essentially what they do is they modify, this is where it gets technical. They modify the file, and it's a portable executable, which is basically a Windows binary. So think of PE as a .exe file or a .dll file, or I guess a .sys file. I'm not really familiar with the .sys file format, but when you're modifying the portable executable, like you're literally going in to a hex editor and modifying it. So like, if you've ever done any type of like binary analysis or used IDA or used PE editor or whatever, you've seen these things. Okay, if you've ever seen like this application does not run in DOS, right? Or the MZ PE file fingerprint, which I think is 4D5A. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the PE signature is 4D5A. Nerd. Yeah. What a zero, this guy. Everybody, if you've ever worked for a minute in this, you'll know right away. 4D5A, you see that top left where it says 4D5A? That's the signature of a Windows portable executable binary. You can also see on the right here where it says this program is not to be run in DOS mode. Okay. Anyways, why am I saying this? Because they somehow modify it. but they keep the signature valid. I don't know how they do that, frankly. But the idea is that it can execute what the threat actors want, but it looks like it's this correct TrueSight.sys driver. So the TLDR for everybody here is, number one, your EDR can be bypassed. Number two, I'd also check like which EDRs, right? Because it might not be all of them. Number two, obviously, if you have a remote access Trojan running on your or tool running on your box, you will have C2 traffic. You can detect it. There's probably beaconing, so you could use a tool like Rita to see that. Number three, if you are running this AdLice program suite, you may be vulnerable. Obviously, the fix here is to you gotta patch it. You gotta patch it, right? You don't want that version going. The final thing I'll say too is this is targeting Pacific Rim and China, Taiwan, and Singapore. So if you're not operating in those spaces, you're probably okay.
Lockbit variant makes Siberian dairy plant go sour. A regional office for Russia's FSB security service announced that a version of Lockbit ransomware was used in an attack on a Semyon-Ishna dairy plant in southern Siberia. The plant manager said the attack caused all printers in the facility to print out leaflets condemning the Russian military. The attackers reportedly used AnyDesk remote desk software to access the plant's network. The attack did not disrupt dairy production, but did prevent any food labeling. This is the second cyber attack on the plant in the last year. A July attack took down cheese production for a month.
Not the cheese! I mean, I'm being silly, but like seriously, if you cut dairy to a country, that's not great. All right, so Lockbit ransomware. Eric Taylor dropped it in chat the other day. Lockbit hasn't gone away. Like they got kneecapped a little bit, but they're still operational and they're still very, very effective. This, it says largest dairy plant in Siberia. It's a manufacturing, right? It's manufacturing. They got hit. They said that it didn't interrupt dairy production, probably because they're using OT to do the milking of the cows and basically the processing of the dairy products, right? So it's just like a brewery, right? Like getting hit with ransomware doesn't stop you, or it possibly doesn't stop you from like mixing the mash and making sure you pitch the hops at the right time. This likely interrupted like email, like business operations, like email, marketing, stuff like that, accounts payable, stuff like that. TLDR, guys, doesn't matter if you're a dairy person or a financial company, you can get hit. I do want to point out that this isn't even wicked sophisticated. They literally used AnyDesk. AnyDesk is a over-the-counter, enterprise grade remote access solution. Like AnyDesk is what help desk people use to, like, especially with like MSPs, to jump in and help an end user. So this isn't like a next level Elite 0 day. This is like literally, hi, there's a problem with your computer. Let me help you. Log on, ransomware. All right. So as cool and as sophisticated as any Lockbit is, this attack sequence is anything but sophisticated. So also, like, side note, Siberia has a dairy plant. Like, I always thought of Siberia as like this barren winter wasteland. But yeah, there you go.
Orange confirms breach after leaks. The French telco Orange Group confirmed to Bleeping Computer it suffered a data breach on a non-critical application. This came after a member of the Hellcat ransomware group, known as Ray, published thousands of internal documents from the company, including source code, invoices, and employee information from its Romanian operations. Ray maintains this wasn't a Hellcat operation in and of itself, and that they maintained access to Orange systems for over a month. Ray said that they dropped a ransom note, but Orange did not negotiate. It's unclear how much data was obtained. A review by Bleeping Computer found some leaked documents at least 5 years old.
All right. Okay. Hacker claims to have stole tons of information from Orange Group. All right. They published it on a forum. Here's my thing. A hacker claims to have stolen. A claim is like, hey, I did this. If they published it on a forum, that sounds more like not a claim, but it happened. So I think this should read, a hacker has stolen thousands of internal documents. The threat actor published on a hacker forum, okay? So they tried to extort Orange or ransom them or whatever, and Orange told them, no, we're not going to pay. We're not going to pay you, okay? And the threat actor's like, oh. So let's see. The threat actor is a member of the Hellcat ransomware group. I'm not familiar with them. And it's mostly from the Romanian branch. Okay. Oh, here we go. This is the leak site. This is pretty standard, okay? The leak, they explain who they attacked, what they got, and then they give a sample to provide evidence. Also, this picture has a caption, so that's a win. Another thing, Bleeping Computer, the news outlet that's reporting this, actually interfacing with the threat actor. So I appreciate that level of reporting. Saying that this was not a Hellcat ransomware operation and that they had access to the servers for months. Okay, now some of the data is old, and I don't know if that's why they didn't want to pay. I don't know, but you can see here, yeah, they've got 6.5 gigabytes of data. All right. Guys, they dropped a ransom note but did not initiate negotiations. Why they did that, I do not know. This is a great question for Eric Taylor and the crew at Barricade Cyber, who deals with ransomware threat actors all the time, right? Extortion negotiation, step 2 in their recovery process. This is a perfect example because, like, the threat actor got the data, leaked it, gave it published, all the evidence, dropped a note, and then did not initiate negotiations. I don't know if maybe the Orange Group told them they weren't going to, or they didn't respond to negotiations. I don't know. But anyways, I say it all the time. I'll continue to say it until it no longer makes sense. You absolutely should be doing tabletop exercises with your organization. I would honestly focus more once you get the, can you recover from backups? Does everybody know how to recover from backups? You know what order to recover from? Like, once you get that sorted out, then you need to start doing tabletop exercises with leadership. Hey, like this particular example, they got 6.5 gigs of data. They leaked it on a dark web forum. The ransom is, I don't know, $200,000. Do we pay it? What do we do? Do we call the FBI? Do we call the insurance company? What do we do? And like literally walk through it with leadership. And, or else, dude, you're going to be trying to sort it out day of, and that's really not what you want to be doing in that instance, okay?
Remember to subscribe to this.
All right. Here we go. Guys, we are at 9 o'clock. Shout out to DJ BSEC behind the glass, who's always helping out. Love the mod chat today. Thank you, mod chat. Guys, we have a mod love emote in the YouTube squad tray. So if you could, do me a favor. I love the mod team. And if you get value from the stream, know that the mod team is very, very responsible for the experience that you guys get. I'm just part of the team. Guys, I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I hope you enjoyed episode 822. Reminder, 2 cyber chicks, the very talented Erica McDuffie and Jack Scott, will be premiering season 6 in just 26 minutes from right now. I'll drop a link in chat. We're going to do jaw jacking in the interim. 2 cyber chicks season 6 premiere. I'm writing this in chat. I'm going to drop a link. We're going to pin it. There we go. All right. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Don't go anywhere, because in 1 minute, we're going to answer all of your cybersecurity questions. I promise you. Let me go get Jerry Guy. Jerry Guy. Where's Jerry Guy? I got to find this dude. I'll be right back. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Until next time, stay secure. Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jawjacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some Jawjacking. Hey, what's up, my friends? This is Jaw Jacking. I'm your host, Jerry Guy. So for the next 25, 30 minutes or so, I will be answering all of your cybersecurity questions. You're trying to break in, you got questions, I'm here to help you. If I don't have the answer, I will get the answer for you. We have a rich, vibrant, lively community full of practitioners and supportive, inclusive-minded people who are looking to empower you to have the best cyber career journey you can have. So drop your questions in chat with a Q, and if you don't have a question, just say hello. William Ayers, did you see the nerd? Oh my God, Mara Levy, hashtag nerd. I don't know, Dr. Gerald Auger. Oh my, can you mention that you have a PhD a little bit more often? You dork. All right, Zach Morrison with the first question out the gate. Zach says, hold on, let me pull it up on chat. I had an interview last week and they asked me, where do I see myself in the next 3 to 5 years? If you're not 100% sure what part of the field you want to get into, what should your answer be? I mean, Zach, I actually think that that's the answer itself right there. Be like, hey, 3 to 5 years, where I see myself in 3 to 5 years is what I would say is I see myself beginning to transition from a generalist into a more specific focused skill set. Now, I don't know what that is, but I'm hoping in the next 3 years that I will be able to serve in multiple capacities and really stretch and develop my skills as a cybersecurity practitioner. And when I discover that area that I excel at and that I can deliver the most risk reduction value for my business, that I lean into it and I become a specialist, a more seasoned pro. That's what I would say. You could also say, hopefully still wanting to work here. All right. SS Boxer says, what are your thoughts on TryHackMe dropping a SOC cert called SA1? I do want to call you, it's SAL1. I know about it. So really quickly, I want to qualify this, okay? One, I am working with TryHackMe to help bring awareness of this certification to the cybersecurity community. So just as a complete disclosure, okay? Second of all, I want everyone to know that TryHackMe has given me 2 vouchers for the SAL1 certification exam to give away, and I think 2 TryHackMe premium memberships to give away. And I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to give away. I actually have a video coming out called 5 core SOC analyst skills that you need to be an entry-level SOC analyst. And that's going to come out, I think, the week after next. So anyways, that's all a bit of a heads up. What I think about this, I will tell you, I have not done a deep dive analysis of it yet, SS Boxer. However, they gave me a voucher, and on Friday, cold turkey, I'm just going to sit and take the exam and see what happens, okay? I want you to know that I was at Black Hat last year, and I went to the TryHackMe booth, and they had the SOC simulator running, and I looked at it. What I like about this certification specifically is that it is going to assess your capability to actually do SOC analyst skill. So it's not a multiple choice exam. I don't believe it's a multiple choice exam. I believe it has to do with real practical skills and demonstrating the capability. If that is the case, I would see this certification taking off. Practical skills are so vitally important. This is kind of the reason why TCM's PNPT certification took off, is because it does assess real practical skills, your ability to do the job, not your ability to memorize answers. So stay tuned for more information on this one. But I will say, based on what I saw with the SOC simulator, I loved it. Again, any certification's value is really going to be rooted in how the market perceives the value of the certification, i.e., if no jobs are asking for it, it doesn't really have value. But I suspect this one's going to, okay? So hopefully that answers your question, SS Boxer. All right, let me look at chat. I don't know. Are we pinning comments? Oh, my God. All right, here we go. Next question. I'm just grabbing them as they fly by here. In a second round interview for a SOC analyst role, what exactly does a cybersecurity director look for in the ideal candidate? How much of it is testing the candidate's technical ability? So follow NRBH is in a second round SOC analyst role. Okay, so for me, and if Fleet is in chat, hold on one second. Fleet is posted. Fleetus is not in chat. I will say follow NRBH. Go to the Discord server, ! Discord in chat. And there's a blue team channel. Ask at Fleetus this question. But what I will tell you, as somebody who has hired people, yeah, technical ability is fine. I do want you to know that you can do like some fundamental stuff. But as a SOC analyst, like if that's as an entry level role, here's the reality. I can teach you how to use a tool, right? Here's a tool. Like, let's go through it. I'll show you how to use it first. Then I'll stand at your shoulder and then come get me if you have a question. What I can teach you is how to be inquisitive, how to do problem solving, how to be analytical, how to think for yourself. All right. So honestly, what I would ask in job interviews is more like, all right, hey, an end user, falls for a phishing email and calls you and says, hey, I think I just fell for a fish. What do you do? Like I want to see what your thought process is. I want to see how comprehensive it is, right? If you say, I re-imaged the machine, that's it. That's your full answer. Okay. So like to me, you don't have a depth of understanding of what's going on or the scope of potential impact. If you say, oh, there's like, someone ran malware on their box, what do you do? And you just say re-image the machine, like, you know what I mean? So for me personally, follow NRBH. It's more around thought process. I would just say, as you're interviewing questions, make sure you're like, take a beat, think through what your response should be, build a little outline in your brain, and then execute on responding to it. Okay, that's what I would do. DJ Bisek is pinning comments. Thank you, DJ Bisek. Chris Frazier, man, how you doing? It's good to see you. Been a minute. Why does no one do interview preps for more senior roles? For example, director role are a lot of interview styles. For example, director roles are a lot different interview styles than entry level. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe you do more interview preps for entry level because there's just, it's like a pyramid, right? There's more people looking for entry level. So there's that. I mean, if you want, I could certainly put together a, information security director role, interview prep. I mean, it's really more about like it starts turning into a like a vibe check, right? Like, all right, how do you approach problems? How do you collaborate with other people? How do you manage your staff? Like, how do you do budget? And I don't want, like, I don't know. Typically to me, more senior roles, it's assumed that you can do the job. It becomes more of a, like, who are you and how do you think and what's your worldview? It's not like, do you think DEI is good or bad? Not like that worldview, but more like, what's your approach to work? What's your philosophy on how business is done? I know DJ Bisek. I mean, honestly, DJ Bisek was just recently involved in CIO interviews and stuff like that. He might, I don't know if he wants to disclose his thoughts on this one, but it's just, I really honestly feel like it's more of a vibe. If you have thoughts in chat around interview prep for senior roles, drop it in chat. Be interesting. I already answered that one. Good to see everyone again. I'm in a bachelor's program. What's up, Travar Petway? Thanks for dropping the question. I take the Sec Plus in a few weeks. Should I apply for jobs after taking the Sec Plus or wait till I get further in the program? All right, so I'll tell you two things, and this is a pro tip for everybody. If you're scheduled to take the Sec Plus, you could put it on your resume today. You don't say you have it. Just put Security Plus, and then in parentheses next to it, put, taking exam, 3/15/25, or, pending exam 3/15/25. Like, you can put it that you're taking it, just like your bachelor's program. You could put it under your education and say projected graduation date, May 2026. Okay. So that's like a resume hack, and you should be able to get credit and be able to communicate that you are working towards something, not have to communicate it after you've achieved the goal. Second of all, dude, apply for jobs today. Apply for jobs tomorrow. Like, get after it. You don't need to wait. Don't wait, okay? I mean, you're going to have a better success, obviously, when you have more, when you stand out more from other candidates, for sure. But like, you don't have, there's no threshold. Holy crap. Erica McDuffie's in the house. Erica McDuffie. Say good morning to Eric McDuffie, everybody. I want to remind everybody, Erica McDuffie is one part of the tag team that is Two Cyber Chicks that's dropping here. Season 6, episode 1. In just 13 minutes, Erica, I want you to know, I got the Two Cyber Chicks shirt on representing. Oh, yeah, love the shirt. Thanks, Erica. Guys, we are crushing it. Again, on YouTube, the pinned comment is a link to this premiere. I hope you can rate it with us. We're going to have a good time this morning. Got another question coming in here. Glum Hippo. If my Sec Plus lapsed, how do I express that on a resume? My Sec Plus hasn't lapsed. All right. Well, I can tell you this, Glum Hippo. So I stopped renewing my CISA and my CISM for my SACA years ago. Okay. What you should do is put it on your resume and then next to the Sec Plus, and then just put expired. Me, you, Erica McDuffie, DJ BSEC, Eric Taylor, everybody who works in the industry knows that if you had it and you let it expire, that just means you didn't want to pay the renewal fees. Okay? Like, everybody's going to know that you had it. Plus, 8 application tracking systems are still going to process it and see it on your resume and give you a thumbs up. So that's what you should do. Put expired next to it because it's honest, right? It's true. All right, next question. What do we got here? Jay Fox is getting congratulations. What did Jay Fox do? Hold on one second. I see more questions, but I want to see what Jay Fox said. My brother just passed Sec Plus yesterday. Nice work. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you for sharing that. Random X has a question. In your opinion, do you think Sec Plus or product-specific certs are better? Well, Random X, it really depends on what you're trying to do, where you are in your career, and several other factors. But what I would say is Sec Plus is a very safe bet for entry level. A lot of roles are asking for it. Product specific certs can help. I will tell you, like, if you have like ServiceNow certs, that's probably good. Like more large enterprise grade solutions. I don't think a Splunk cert is fine, but like if the environment is a Graylog shop or an Elk shop and you have Splunk certs, the skills are kind of transferable. Like a SIM's a SIM. So I don't know. I will say the only product specific certs in cybersecurity that I think have mad value, and I would love to be challenged on this if you disagree, is cloud based, right? So Azure certs are valuable because like in AWS is AWS, right? So like cloud is like its own animal, and the way cloud works is way different than like on-prem infrastructure data centers and stuff like that. So if your business is in a hybrid environment or up in Azure, understanding how Azure works, to me, that's product specific certs that does add value. So if anyone's going to want to fight me on that, please let me know. And DJ BSEC, I'm looking at your head in the studio. Do you think it's cloud's a good one, or you can put it in private chat? Let's see. DJ BSEC behind the glass, but I can see his face. All right, let's keep going here. Oliver or Olivier, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Is it better to learn the blue team side first, even though I want to do web app security to eventually be a bug bounty hunter? So cloud definitely is something to make sure you are part of. DJ BSEX, here we go, Dax. So here's what I would tell you, Oliver. Learning the blue team side is definitely valuable. The skills you pick up in information security are super matrixable. So anything you learn on the blue side will make you a better offensive security professional. Just like some of the best threat hunters or detection engineers, blue team people are recovering pen testers because they know like where to go and what to do and the tricks of the trade. So like as a blue teamer, you know what to look for. So absolutely, learning blue team side first would make you better at web application security. Now, having said that, you don't have to learn blue team side first to get into web app security. You can go read Jason Haddock's bug bounty methodology approach. You can do Nahamsek's courses around bug bounty and web application security. What's this fit? IPSec does amazing walkthroughs of web application security. There's tons of Burp Suite knowledge out there. If you want to go whole hog, go look at Tim Tomes, aka Landmaster 53's training on bug bounty, web application security. Okay, so there's a lot of opportunity there, and this goes for anyone who has this question. Blue team will help you be better, but it is not a prerequisite to be a effective offensive security. Rolanda Moda says, love your answer. I'm glad you clarify about expired certs. Thank you. My pleasure. Eric McDuffie is +1 on the Sec Plus, great entry level. By the way, Erica McDuffie, I hope you're well. It's been a minute. Super happy to see you in chat. We got 8 minutes until 2 Cyber Chicks rips the lid off of season 6. Real Bilbo, I'd go with AZ 900, then 500 if you're interested in security. AWS is good. World runs on one or the other. That's 100% true. For my money, like if my son came to me, he's like, Dad, I need the fastest way to go. I would say Azure. Get trained up in Azure. Again, you do have to, just as a quick aside, you do have to understand IT in general before you get into security. Like you can't just like side cut IT. Like you do have to understand how computers work and how networks work. And then, how basic cloud works. But then, yeah, Azure. And AZ900 is the entry-level cert for Azure. And then 500 is like the security pro cert. I almost think of it like if you're looking for a parallel, AZ900 is like Sec Plus and AZ500 is like CISSP. Hey, thanks for the answer. My pleasure. Live Overflow is good for bug bounty and hacking stuff. Yes, sir. I love it. Jason Haddock is so hot right now.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
100%. Love myself some Jason Haddock. That guy's awesome. All right, what else we got here? Thanks for all the questions today, guys. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Cisco Oyendamola Uganot asks about Cisco. Cisco's fine. Back in the day, CCNA used to be like, you gotta get it. And I think that's really fallen off, honestly. Darian Jefferson offers up that anyone that wants to get a clearance on the help desk in the, basically DC metro area must have Sec Plus or A Plus clearance sponsored. Nice. What else? Hey, Stones fan. Love it, love it, love it. So, hey, Stones, Darian Jefferson, Stones fan, is asking about that opportunity you're talking about at Fort Lee. And I can tell you personally, I've spent time with Stones fan in person. We've broke bread together. I really like him. So connect with him for sure. I'm a big fan of Rob here. All right. Hey, SS Boxer, my pleasure. I'm here to help, guys. That's what jaw jacking is. Sometimes we don't get a lot of questions. Sometimes we get a buttload of questions, but I'm here to help. This is what Simply Cyber does, y'all. For someone trying to break into the industry, into GRC, oh, be still my heart, Gabriel. The Vapus, another individual who wants to get into the GRC space. Let's go. Is there any content we can create to post on LinkedIn to provide value and help us stand out to land our first job? Oh, for sure. Dude, there's a million things you could post up in the GRC space. Gabriel, you could start a series 17 or 18 days in a row, one post a day about a different control family in NIST 853. You could start a series, do 5 days, and do each function of the cybersecurity framework. Actually, 6 days because they just added governance. You could make, I will tell you guys just really quickly, some of the best content that performs on LinkedIn is typically an infograph and then a write-up explaining the infograph and, basically make it look kind of cool. You can use Canva to make it look cool. I would just talk about some basic stuff. Gabriel, you can even grab a news story. Hell, Gabriel, let me help you do it even faster. Subscribe to the newsletter, Gabriel. Okay, go ! Newsletter in chat. Okay, the newsletter comes into your inbox on Monday morning. Literally, just take the story. There's 3 stories in the newsletter on how you can help drive cyber risk reduction. Literally, take one of the 3 stories and make a LinkedIn post of it. Make a cool graphic that supports whatever's in the newsletter thing and post it. I mean, obviously put your own spin on it, but like, there you go. There's like that's all GRC. Hey, Gabriel, I could see a LinkedIn post like, hey, what's up, network? Like, help your business, help your end users not make silly mistakes. Check this out. Done. You got this, Gabriel. All right, let's keep going. Best training, Jason says for AZ900 paid and free. Jason, the best training for AZ900 is literally free, and it's literally from Microsoft. Check this out. So Microsoft doesn't charge you for the training. They charge you for the certification exam. They want you to listen. Microsoft is heavily incentivized to have people out there who know Azure. So check it out. You literally can take... Hold on, this is for the exam itself, but check it out. Look at right here. Look at, I already screwed around taking this course. Look at right here. You can take it right now for free. Boom. So at Jason, I'm not even going to give you a paid version. There's no reason to take a paid version when the free version's literally from the vendor. Giddy up on that. All right, hey, we're 2 minutes out right now. 2 cyber checks. If you like GRC, you're going to love 2 cyber checks. Erica McDuffie, Jack Scott, just GRC bosses. Killing it. Season 6 is kicking off. They'll be back every other week. Every other week. So just so everybody knows in the community, we are scaling up the number of pods that are on the channel. We've got Simply ICS Cyber, 2 Cyber Chicks, Cyber Mentors podcast, Simply ICS Cyber, Simply Defensive, of course, Jawjacking, Daily Cyber Threat Brief, Firesides. It's getting chaotic up in here, but we love it. I am all about delivering value to this community. It really fills my cups to help people and talk cyber, and I love all the things. So get some of this. All right, final. We're rounding out really quickly for questions, so we'll give it a minute here. Oyen Demola Uganot, you are welcome. All right, guys. Ooh, Real Bilbo says Microsoft has virtual training days, and they have instructor-led AZ900s and a free exam attempt. If you Google Microsoft virtual training, you'll get that. Here, let's just do it really quickly, and then we're going to end this. Thank you, Real Bilbo. Microsoft virtual training. Boom. Here we go. Look at this. Link in description or link in chat. Boom, baby. Let's go. Thanks, Real Bilbo. All right, guys. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Let's go ahead and raid 2 cyber chicks. Raid 2 cyber chicks. Enjoy, everybody. Enjoy your Wednesday. We went around the world. Congratulations. This community's freaking awesome. I love it. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Shout out to the mod team and DJ BSEC behind the glass. Erica McDuffie, Jack Scott coming up. Let's go raid. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Until next time, stay secure.